Well, Pol Diggler, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really excited to talk to you about your short film, Sincopat. I just finished watching it, like a few minutes. I've watched it a few different times. But Paul, I want to hear it from yourself. Give me a rough idea of what this story's all about.
Yeah, well, first of all, Gabe, thank you for having me here. And yeah, actually, you have watched the short film in a loop, no, constantly in several times. But yeah, our short film is we wanted to explore horror through sound and repetitive music, but in a like this dystopian but not so futuristic future with a technology that goes wrong actually. But we wanted to create this environment of anxiety and pressure for the viewer, because all we wanted to do is this forced empathy with the character, the main character, and the audience. So I hope we achieved
No,
that
I think you did an
with you.
absolutely phenomenal job. It was properly terrifying. I was sitting there, and what I ended up doing, I watched it on 3 separate occasions. And the most recent time I watched it, I found myself turning the volume up and hearing that sound on repeat, feeling
Wow.
it surrounded. It is not fun, because also the first time I watched it was with headphones on, so you're there, you're immersed. And then I watched it and it was just overpowering. It is properly terrifying. It is scary. And it's such a unique concept, because I think we are moving into this day and age where technology is becoming so much more advanced. I mean, technology is becoming part of us. You never leave your cell phone. I mean, I'm filming with my cell phone right now, but your cell phone becomes a part of your identity, becomes part of who you are. You never leave it. So to have something that exists on your wrist and exists in your head is something that's very possible to happen in the near future.
Yeah, totally. It's totally happening. I'm sure for that. Also, it's not like a short film anti-technology or anti. It's more like this kind of changes in the human brain. In our case, is more like aesthetic. It's not like you are improving. I don't know, like colorblind people doing some changes to actually see colors. But we wanted to do this kind of satire also with a little humoristic moment in the short film, because we wanted this to show all these technology companies that like take off and sell these technology products without trying them or properly trying them. We have found this in phones, even in video games, that they are not like really performing well, and then the actual customer finds all the bugs.
So you've said your film isn't inherently anti-technology, but now you've also brought up the fact that we do have these scenarios and situations where these massive companies are kind of like taking shortcuts in regards to making sure that their stuff isn't reviewed correctly, or it's going to save them a few dollars here or there if they cut corners and everything like that. So is that something that you also want to bring to everyone's attention, is that there is this possibility that something like this might happen when technology does come out? We have to make sure that it's properly vetted, because even though technology is there to assist us, there is always that possible negative side effect that we are completely unaware of.
Well, it's obvious that most of the technology, as everything in the medical area or whatever, the test always is like, okay, secondary effects and everything, but it's just like this kind of dystopian worlds that are presented in, I don't know, like Black Mirror. No, the technology is not the problem, is the misuse or the bad use of it. No, so I think we were just trying to express more than an idea. It was we wanted to play with sound, and then we created this loop with the music, and then we created this futuristic world with the sound. But if I have to like tell you about the main theme about the technology, yeah, I think it's always is I'm also like pro EA, like the future of artificial intelligence and everything. But yeah, as always, it has these secondary effects that we can control right now. So it's kind of super interesting for me. But also it's like, the side effect is.
So you've spoken a lot about using sound as like this element of horror. And something that I was very impressed by was the library that you guys had access to, because there were some really catchy songs in there. There were some very well-known songs in there. So just tell me, as someone that's also worked in short film production, I understand budgets are very, very limited. So in regards to getting the rights to using those different songs, how did you get around that?
Well, actually, the songs are original. We made all of them, from the ska that is in the beginning of the short film, the main theme done by Arian White, that is a best, one of the best friends of mine, and then the techno, even the techno, we did it, Albert Fariñas, the sound designer. But we, with this project, we gained a government fund here in Catalonia. So we did know that some part of the budget will be on the sound and on the music, of course, because it's the main thing of the short film. So we created in a studio these 3 pieces of song that they are actually long songs. I mean, we did a 4-minute song that can be found in YouTube and Spotify with the main song. It's not like in a loop, it's like a great song they made, like this jazzy, syncopated swing. And then again, the first song in ska music is a version of a version of a version, but the main, like the rhythm and the composition, it's original from a friend of mine. So yeah, we had it was so important for us that the sound, like the sound and music were the main attraction and the main purpose of this short film. Then the photography and then the editing will come, around the idea, the sound idea.
So one thing that I had to say is, like I mentioned before, the audio is phenomenal. The soundtracks that we used were world class. So that is truly amazing. And it's great to see that you said that was your basis. That's where you started. But I don't want to at all belittle the amazing work that went into the cinematography, that went into the editing. Because the first shot I loved. It's one of my favorite shots. It's just a following track. One of the first short films I ever filmed myself. That was one of our primary shots where we just have the character with the camera behind, because it's just a great way to create an introductory shot. It's a great way to create the environments. And I really do think like that little shot, it's so simple, but it's very, very effective. And that was present throughout the entire film with these beautiful moments of fantastic cinematography. So I just have to say well done to the whole team, because I would have to say every single part of the film was so incredibly polished, from cinematography to performances to editing and once again the soundtrack. So I think everyone was phenomenal. Can you talk me through that process? Like, did you guys have your storyboards in place, or were you kind of there on the day going, okay, we've got a short period of time? And also, what was the scope of the filming like? Was it a few days shoot? Was it a week-long shoot? Months long? Give me a nice, complicated answer.
Well, actually, I'm going to start from the beginning. We are like a collective. It's not even a producing company, but here in Barcelona called Fergat, that a few years ago we co-joined an actual production company called Films de l'Orient. And then we have been working, most of us, like the director of photography, art and everything, for around 8 years or 10. So we have been like a really joined family team. So we understand each other so good. And then with the preparation, we like to really prepare everything, because we have this like major rule that every hour of the shooting, of actual shooting, there's 45 minutes of, like following the rules and all the shots we made and everything, and then 15 minutes to like freestyle, to play. The actor can play whatever he wants, the camera, everything. So we really like this freedom that comes with lots of months of preparation. But this shooting with Sincopat was 5 days, and this allowed us to actually shot even more than 30 shots per day. That is a lot. But with all the preparation, we were with Nuria Florencia, that is the main character. We were doing just one take or even two, if so we were really prepared. And well, you can see in the editing, we have so many shots. So, but I wanted to, one shot maybe it's 1 second, or so I wanted this variety, and this is perfect with a team like us, that we have worked so many times together and we understand each other. We work. I as a director really enjoy working, like horizontally, like making all the team being part and taking part and really sharing their views and ideas to make a product bigger.
So just before we end, and thank you again, once again, thank you so much for being on. I just have to say, you said you shot this in 5 days.
Yeah.
That doesn't look it. That's what's incredible. You guys made this look world class. This looks like months of filming. Like it looks so meticulous. It looks so well planned out. It
Wow,
doesn't
thank
look
you.
like it was just shot over 5 days. So that is incredible. Well done. Hats off to you guys and the team. And just quickly tell me, what's next? What do you guys have planned for down the pipeline?
Okay, next thing is our first feature film. So we, as you see, all the preparation with the short film, imagine, I can't imagine the work we'll be doing, but yeah, we are starting developing. We have mostly not the script, but the idea, and it will combine the things we have been doing with the short films, that is absurd humor, not in this case, but not in Sincopat, but in previous works, some kind of genre and fantasy and meta cinema. So these are the three things.
Well, okay, and just quickly, actually, for those who are watching this interview and who want to be able to follow you on your journey, do you guys have anything on Instagram, Facebook? Is there any way that people can reach out and ask you questions or subscribe and follow you, anything like that?
Yeah, if they reach me, I will be publishing everything with the short films and news on Pol Diggler, like in Instagram, and yeah, happy always to meet some friends and meet other other short film directors like you. So happy to be here.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it, guys. If you are at all curious, we're going to be covering all of the films that will be coming out on the South African Independent Film Festival. Again, Pol, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Caleb.